Good evening and welcome. My name is Marc Tessier-Lavigne, and I'm president of the Rockefeller University. And this evening, we're gathered to celebrate the 8th annual presentation of the Meister Greengard Prize, an international award recognizing outstanding women in biomedical science. It's a splendid show of support for the prize that Paul Greengard and his wife, Ursula van Rijdingsvaart, and other generous friends of Rockefeller have helped to establish here at the university. Let me start by providing you with some background on this important prize. As many of you know, in 2000, Paul Greengard was awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine for his crucial discoveries about the brain's biochemistry. Paul's many discoveries are pointing the way toward a better understanding of neurological and psychiatric disorders, such as Parkinson's disease, autism, depression, schizophrenia, and Alzheimer's disease. Paul and Ursula donated his monetary share of the Nobel Prize to create the Meister Greengard Prize for outstanding women scientists. It is Paul's passionate belief that women are not being recognized at a level commensurate with their scientific contributions. He was determined to use his new prominence as a Nobel laureate to address the issue. The prize is named in memory of Paul's mother, Meister Greengard, who tragically died giving birth to him. A number of Rockefeller's supporters were so moved by what Paul and Ursula had done that they also contributed to the endowment of this prize. By focusing attention on the accomplishments of women scientists, the prize seeks to increase the likelihood that they will receive just recognition and greater consideration for other major international awards. So we're very pleased that two of the 2008 Greengard Prize recipients, Elizabeth Blackburn and Carol Greider, were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 2009. Now tonight, we honor Dr. Brenda Milner, the recipient of the 2011 Meister Greengard Prize. Dr. Milner was chosen by the members of the Scientific Selection Committee. I'm honored to serve on the committee with some very distinguished scientists whose name you can find in your program. I'd also like to recognize the Female Association of Clinicians, Educators, and Scientists, known simply as FACES, and the Women in Science Initiative. Each year, these two initiatives co-host a discussion with the Greengard Prize recipient and women scientists from our tri-institutional community. These discussions have become a cherished annual event, and I thank you for embracing this important award. And now I'd like to introduce Michelle Bachelet, our guest speaker this evening. Ms. Bachelet served as president of Chile from 2006 to 2010. She was the first woman president of the country. She was strongly influenced by the political turmoil of her early life. She was in college when Augusto Pinochet led a coup in 1973. Her father, a leading military general under the Allende administration, died as a consequence of torture. She and her mother were later exiled to Australia and East Germany and finally returned to Chile in 1979. Ms. Bachelet completed her medical degree upon her return with a specialization in pediatrics and public health. She became heavily involved with the movement to restore democracy in the country and worked in a clinic that treated children who were victims of torture and political repression. After the fall of the Pinochet regime in 1990, Ms. Bachelet took on a leadership role in the country's healthcare reform and served as a member of the National AIDS Commission. She then shifted her focus to the study of military sciences. Coming from a military family and a political background, she felt passionate about reshaping the role of defense policy in civil society. She went on to head both the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Defense before her election as president. As Minister of Health, she was credited with modernizing the public health care system in Chile and reducing the waiting time for patients in need of care. She became a strong advocate for reproductive rights and fought against gender-based violence. As president, she was praised for her economic and social protection policies that softened the impact of the global financial crisis and improved the well-being of people. She also continued to promote gender equality, including appointing women to half of her cabinet. Under her leadership, she spearheaded major reform of the pension system, increased the number of free childcare centers in Chile by fivefold, and provided job training for thousands of women head of households. Now, Ms. Bachelet works as a reformer on a global scale as head of UN Women, the newly formed entity of the United Nations. And in this role, she is an outspoken supporter of the political and social investment in women throughout the world. We're grateful that she has taken time out of her very busy schedule to be with us tonight. So please join me in welcoming Michelle Bachelet to the stage.
Thank you.